When I was young and first starting out in my career, and her name was Ruby, and I remember her vividly, and she had moderate Alzheimer's, so she was pretty nonverbal at this point. Her closest relative was actually a cousin, so she didn't often have visitors, and she was known to be a bit more difficult in behavioral. So I had offered to bring her and help perform her cares that evening, and really I started a pattern of doing this every night, and this just connection I had with her started to grow, and the more time I spent with her, she became less and less resistive to the cares, and I was actually finding smiles and laughter within our evening sessions together. One of the most beautiful moments for me was I had been off for a few days, and I had come back, and I went to get Ruby to kind of go through our nighttime routine that we had developed. And when she saw me, as I mentioned, she was typically not very verbal, she let out this sigh, and she looked at me and smiled, and she said, "I've missed you. Where have you been?" And that just warmed my heart, because in spite of the disease and in spite of the illness, she may have not known my name, but she knew who I was, and I had made that connection with her. There was one night I was tucking her into bed, going through our normal routine in which we did, and as I was getting ready to shut the light off, she reached out and placed her hand on my cheek, and she said, "I love you." And that stuck with me, and I realized that over the course of those few years I had grown to develop this strong relationship with her. And here I thought I was kind of breaking these walls down and kind of learning her needs and taking care of her and bringing this joy into her life, where she was really kind of molding me along that way as well and bringing joy into my life. And I realized that I actually developed the compassion and the patience that I was showing with the rest of my residents as well.